Before we continue with this video, visit my new business venture, carmarshal.com. For your next vehicle purchase, we advertise over 100,000 vehicles nationwide. That's carmarshal.com. The link is in the description.
Precinct 2 unit 0, female victim registered 37 Camden with a stab to the hand. At 237. I'll be 964.998. Copy.
Watch, cop shoots fleeing man. After he falls down, he shoots him 9 more times, stomps his head. After a cop shot a suspect as he fled, he walked over to the injured man and fired 9 more shots into him and then stomps his head. By Matt Agarist, November 2, 2017. Los Angeles CA Connor Zion, 21, was in the midst of a psychological breakdown when he became violent and was subsequently killed. However, the manner in which he was killed has led to a federal court ruling that the police officer who killed him can now be sued for using excessive deadly force. When police confront a suspect who poses an immediate threat, they may use deadly force against him, Judge Alex Kaczynski wrote for a unanimous 3-judge panel of the U.S. Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals this week. But they must stop using deadly force when the suspect no longer poses a threat. When a suspect falls to the ground after he's been shot in the back as he fled, that suspect is, by most definitions, subdued and no longer a threat. However, despite collapsing to the ground after being shot in the back, Orange County Sheriff's Deputy Michael Higgins felt it necessary to stand over Zion as he bled out on the ground and fire 9 more shots into him at point-blank range. For good measure, Higgins then backed up, took a running start, and began stomping Zion's face into the concrete. In 2014, Higgins was cleared of the murder of Zion, only days after Zion's mother filed a $25 million wrongful death lawsuit. On the morning of September 24, 2013, Kimberly Zion received a call from her son's roommate, concerned about the seizures Zion had suffered the past few days. She flew from her home in Washington and arrived at their Laguna Niguel condo later that evening. Read more: 10-year-old boy on his way to a sleepover, run over and killed by a police officer. According to the Orange County District Attorney's, OCDA, office, this is when things turn south. Advertisement. As OC Weekly reported at the time. At the condo, Kimberly and the roommate discussed whether or not her son took his prescription medications regularly. Connor came downstairs in a rage and started attacking his roommate, eventually grabbing a knife and slashing his arm. His mom wrested the knife from her son's hand and chucked it into a back patio chimney. Bleeding from her hand, Kimberly sought refuge in a neighbor's condo. Around 7:30 p.m., the Orange County Sheriff's Department, OCSD, received a call about a stabbed man bleeding in the street. Sheriff deputies, Higgins, and a deputy Lopez, arrived separately on scene, when Connor reappeared with a knife in hand. How he rearmed himself isn't clarified in the report. As Zion reappeared with the knife, a chase ensued, at which point Lopez lost his footing and fell to the ground. According to police, Zion then stuck him with the knife in his arm. At this point, Higgins pulls up and claims to have begun firing as Zion was still on top of Lopez. However, according to the non-cop witnesses, the situation unfolded differently. According to the federal lawsuit, Connor Zion didn't stab his roommate, and that the cuts suffered were a result of an accident, not an assault. It further contends that Zion had separated from Deputy Lopez at the time Higgins began firing. Indeed, The second video from Higgins' own dashcam shows Zion running before any shots are fired. We interviewed the same witnesses in the report, attorney Jerry L. Steering told The Weekly. You can't rely on what the DA or the sheriff says. They always omit important facts. Read more. Police kill 73-year-old unarmed grandpa with dementia then lied about him having a gun. However, the OCDA cited Lopez's injuries to his arms and says the video of the patrol car shows that all of Higgins' actions were justified. As the federal court ruling illustrates this week, some people disagree. The disagreement was apparently so strong in the federal court that they made the unusual move to release the video, publicly uploading it to their own YouTube channel. In the video, we see that Higgins initially fired 9 shots at Zion, at which point he collapsed to the ground. Instead of moving in to handcuff the troubled college student and allow him to be tried for his crimes in a court of law, Higgins moved in as the judge, jury, and executioner. Zion appeared to have been wounded and was not making threatening gestures after being fired upon at relatively close range and falling to the ground, the court said. While Higgins couldn't be sure that Zion wasn't bluffing or only temporarily subdued, Zion was lying on the ground and so was not in a position where he could easily harm anyone or flee, Kaczynski wrote. Regardless of Zion lying on the ground, Higgins proceeded to finish him off by emptying his magazine into Zion and then stomping on his head. If a suspect is on the ground and appears wounded, a reasonable officer would reassess the situation rather than continue shooting, the court said, according to the LA Times. The Constitution's Due Process Clause protects against such brutal conduct as head stomping, the court said, noting the strikes to Zion's head appeared to be vicious blows. Like forced stomach pumping, head stomping a suspect curled up in the fetal position is bound to offend even hardened sensibilities, Kaczynski wrote, according to the Times. Read more. Official autopsy report shows man dressed in ninja costume shot in the back by police. Now, as the case moves forward, Kimberly Zion has a chance at a semblance of justice for the brutal fate suffered by her son. As for Higgins, who was cleared in 2014 for the killing, he was given the department's highest honor, the Medal of Valor for Zion's death. To add a point of reference, and illustrate what would have happened to Higgins if he weren't a police officer, we can look at the case of Jerome J. Ersland, who shot and killed a masked robber in his pharmacy. He was given life in prison. 2 female co-workers at Reliable Discount Pharmacy told jurors Ersland was a hero who saved their lives on May 19, 2009, as News OK reported at the time. But prosecutors called him an executioner who shot a wounded, unarmed robber 5 more times after the robber fell to the floor unconscious and was no longer a threat. Just like Zion, Ersland's victim was incapacitated and no longer a threat when he opened fire on him a second time. One is rewarded while the other is punished, showing the difference a badge can make.
Hey Charlotte County, this is Charlotte County COPWATCH, and I found that I had to make a change this ending on my videos, letting you know about the channel and fair use laws, you know, how we can report on other people's reporting and how it's good, how it's bad, etc. But you guys can look it up yourself. It is legal. It's in there. But like I've told you before, that I've been cut off from making money on YouTube for 4 years. It's really weird, bizarre, but they cut the money off, but they said you can keep the channel, and now YouTube makes all the money. And if you get bored, plug it into Social Blade website, and you'll see that they are making a huge amount off the site. Right now it's at 63 million views, 53,000 subscribers, almost 3 million views a month. You know, trying to wake people up, and I make nothing. In fact, I got a customer that's ex-congressman. He said if I could ever find a lawyer, sue YouTube on it. But because this is nuts. 4 hours a day, and to save America. You know, but at the same time, it's worth it. Look at what our founding fathers did. They died for this country. So, but getting back to the money part, this is why I'm redoing the video. Is my dream of everyone giving $1, and it's going to be $53,000 a year, or if they did Patreon, which you know, can be monthly. that is not working. That'd be great if it did. Nothing is perfect. And I appreciate the people that do donate, you know, what they can on PayPal. And there again, I'm letting you guys know that is not much. It is, you know, monthly is, oh my god. So anyways, yes, you cannot live on it. It's very, very, very low amount. But the dollar things, I do appreciate that. But when I first said everybody give $1, that's not working. I'm just letting you guys know it's, yeah, that dream. Everybody gives $1. 53,000 subscribers, it's not working. So yes, if you can give more than that, you know, I appreciate it. Like I said, you know, I'm in a unique situation where, you know what, we're already debt free, and I'm not rich, but with the little business that we have, I am able to do what I am able to do 45 hours a day, you know, letting you guys know what's going on. In 4 years, I've did the whole thing myself. 12,000 videos on there. I literally get emails where people are like, holy crap, I never knew it was this bad. And it is this bad, and it's getting worse every day because we have the internet, we have cell phones, we have cameras everywhere now, and it's just disgusting what's going on. And then, as you guys know too, now we got Trump, we got Jeff Sessions doing a war on drugs, and now he wants to go after the forfeiture laws again. It's just unfreaking real. So if you can give more than that dream of everybody giving $1, yeah, that old video, that's not working. They're not, they're just not. So anyways, if you can give more than that dream is not working. Hardly anybody is giving. There you go. So that's why I'm remaking the video. If you can give more than that, that would be great. And there again, like I said, the Patreon's there. There is some people on there that are starting to give, but there again, it's very, very low. And like I said, I don't want to get rich off of that. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing because, you know, it's still so stinking corrupt. It's not even funny. My court case that I'm going to be paying out of my pocket myself with Charlotte County's coming up. They illegally looked me up and then posted all my information on LEOAFFAIRS website. They basically doxed me, however you want to say that. I forget what the word is, and they outed me, man. And that information on that site went out to 500 sheriffs, deputies, people that work at the jail, etc., etc., etc. So yeah, it is very, very scary, but we're going to do a federal case, 1983 case, violating freedom of speech. We have 17 cameras in the house now. We got 2 cameras in the car. I always carry a camera plus a cell phone. A lot of people are highly recommending I get a vest now. If I could, if the wife would let me, I would run for sheriff. We are trying to push the thing nationwide right now. Where just to mix it up and to get the topics out there is register to run for sheriff, NPA, no party affiliation, as a write-in, and that is completely free, and you can participate in the elections. And there's a lot of stuff. We got a guy, James McLinnis in Pinellas County, Tampa, who almost won. He experienced the corruption himself. The story is unbelievable. Look him up. It's mind-blowing what they did. It pissed him off. He is very, very smart. He has way more money than I did. He ran for sheriff at the last 3 months last year in 2016 and almost won. He got all of the black vote. And the reason why he did that is because he ran on, I will not bust, we're in Florida, I will not bust anybody for weed anymore unless it's an ungodly huge amount, like pounds. And then he also ran on no more victimless crimes, no more of this freaking road pirate bull crap. And then he was going to cut the budget by 30%. And when you think about that, you can. If you stop the road pirates, you can get rid of a bunch of people. Gone. So, the wife has been saying, yes, I can, yes, I can't. So I don't know. We're trying to find somebody that can do it because I am busy doing this anyways. But, so I'm making a video, like I said, that $1 a month from everybody, you know, for 53,000 subscribers, that is not working. I'm just letting you guys know. Absolutely give way more than $1 a month. If you can, I appreciate anything. By the way, remember too, when you give that, PayPal takes like freaking 15 to 20%, so it's even worse than that. But, and there again, like I'm letting you guys know, it's way, what I get is very, very low. Appreciate it, but it is very, very low. Can't live on it. I'm just, you know, I'm working, and that's what I'm working on. And that court case is going to cost a buttload of money. That's federal court. Just the filing fees and the depositions that we're going to be doing with this corrupt cop. So there's another reason to give. We are going to be doing a deposition with this very corrupt. He was in a drug squad. He is a bad guy. He's on steroids. We heard steroids are rampant here. That's why their attitude is so bad. And we are going to get him on video, and it will be on YouTube. So that case alone is $5,000 just to bring it to court, and that's my money out of my pocket. So there's another reason to give, and give way more than $1 if you can. So keep that in mind. This is the new video, and I see, God, I talk a lot. It's already 7 minutes, but had to make it just to let you know the $1 a month from everybody is not working. They're not doing it. So if you can give more than that, please. So thanks. Keep it up. Share, like, subscribe, tell your friends, send me your videos on corruption, and I'll post it.